following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Coming up on News 3 Live at 4, Western Illinois University's president is making the news. Find out why ahead.
And a motion for WIU's faculty union to strike has been passed. Find out what this could mean for the campus community.
Plus, the start of a spring has seen a lot of uncertainty with snow, rain, and sunny days. So what does the weekend forecast look like? Storm Team 3 has your 5-day forecast coming up later.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
We begin with news on a possible change to WIU's administration. Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4. I'm John Benedict.
And I'm Devin Brooks. When Boise State University released a list of the finalists for their next president of the university, WIU President Jack Thomas was on that list. In total, there are 5 candidates expected to visit Boise State University in the coming weeks. President Thomas's interview is next Thursday. I talked to students to get their reactions on Thompson's new job search.
I think our president is very well spoken, and he's pretty involved on the campus, so it's not surprising, but it's surprising that it's not as well known.
How about, did you hear about the president, Jack Thomas?
Boise State?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
As someone once put it to me, is that nothing is a coincidence. So I think that he may be getting nervous. I don't know. Never met the man. He might just be looking for a better spot, but he may know something that nobody else does.
Thompson took office on July 1st of 2011. He's the 11th president of Western Illinois University.
We'll update you on the story as more information becomes available.
Students at WIU have mixed feelings about the faculty vote to strike. Some say they're concerned about the future state of WIU. On Wednesday night, the UPI negotiation team released a statement announcing an authorization to strike had been passed by a majority vote. This vote passing does not mean that the faculty is guaranteed to strike, but it does mean that after the required 10-day waiting period, the union can strike if they see fit. On Monday, members of the union say they will gather outside of Stipes Hall to rally for a fair contract. Well, the union could strike in a couple of weeks. Do you think that's a good idea?
I mean, at the end of the day, you have a group of people who feel as though that they deserve something. So it's not. I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing, but a strike I don't think would be good as far as the academic timeline of right now.
So as a student, you think this is a good idea for them to strike and maybe not be in the classroom?
I think that one of the most important things for education of students is to make sure that the teachers are happy.
What a potential strike would mean for students is uncertain. Some students have expressed that they feel this contract negotiation is getting in the way of them receiving a proper education, while others say they understand the purpose behind the strike vote and support the union's decisions. In case of a strike, the university is asking students to continue to attend classes as scheduled.
With the college semester coming to an end in the next few weeks, many students are preparing to head home for the summer. If you're traveling between Monmouth and Galesburg, you'll have to change your usual route. As of Monday, U.S. Highway 34 was shut down in all directions. Drivers are now being rerouted to Illinois Highway 164. Reports from Illinois Department of Transportation say that crews will be working on drainage and pavement repairs, as well as completing road resurfacing. This project is expected to take 6 months to complete.
And in more construction news, Macomb residents can expect 2 blocks of East Pierce Street leading from Mechanic to Pearl Street to be closed off. All through traffic will have to take a different route. The closure is due to sewer repairs. These repairs are expected to take up to 10 days, to complete.
The City of Macomb and Waste Management say it's almost time for the citywide cleanup in May. Normal waste pickups are on Mondays, but the big cleanup will be every day from May 14th through the 17th. Trash bags and containers must weigh less than 50 pounds and be sturdy. Hazardous materials such as gasoline, chemicals, and electronics are not permitted for pickup. All pickups begin at 6:30 a.m. each morning. Mayor Mike Inman encourages Macomb residents to utilize this extra service in order to make the town cleaner.
And the St. Paul Women's Guild is hosting a rummage sale this weekend. Friday, April 20th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, April 21st from 9 a.m. to noon is when the sale takes place. Friday, there will be a bake sale with sandwiches and drinks. Saturday will be a fill-a-bag day, $1 brown bag and $2 13-gallon bags. The event is open to the public. And a yearly campaign will kick off on Tuesday for WIU. The third annual Western Challenge is a 24-hour online campaign. The goal of the challenge is to inspire Western alumni, current students, faculty, and staff to show their support of WIU by creating personal gifts. The director of annual giving, Tim Hallinan, is quoted saying, "The Western Challenge is really about supporting our students and demonstrating to them that we are all committed to the success at Western Illinois University. Those looking to participate will get to decide where their gift goes." The director of annual giving, Tom Hallinan, is quoted saying, "The Western Challenge is really about supporting our students and demonstrating to them that we are all committed to their success at Western Illinois University. Those looking to participate will get to decide where their gift goes."
Coachella is a 28-year-old music and arts festival in Coachella Valley, California. This past Wednesday, WIU had its own festival called Coolchella. The purpose of the event was to get students together to socialize and provide a distraction from the stress of the end of the semester. Last year, the event was called Corbin Stock. One representative of the event said that this year's numbers for attendance were very good.
I think usually it's not more than 100, but this year we actually got more than 100, so it's looking good so far, and hopefully we get more people to sign in.
Crafts, caricature drawings, face painting, a dunk tank, as well as live performances by locals. Organizations are planning next year's music and arts event already and are excited for the event to keep growing.
Well, coming up on News 3 Live at 4, a new restaurant has been opened by a well-known celebrity.
Find out who opened it and where it's located next.
Why I love to do sports anchoring? Because, it's talking about sports. I decided to come to Western because I wanted an experience that wasn't like some other schools. I did color commentary for one volleyball game. I was terrified. I never did any broadcasting in high school, but when I was talking, it was all, staggered, and I had no idea what I was saying, and now I've done so many different games as a color commentator, play-by-play, now sports anchor. Every show and every game, it gets easier and easier, and I get more comfortable doing it.
I'm Ferdinand. You look at me and think big. You think scary, but I'm a little misunderstood. Sorry, I almost killed you. Involved in misunderstood. Not a fighter.
I don't understand that at all.
Kids with learning and attention issues like dyslexia and ADHD are misunderstood too. Take the time to understand.
Best plan ever!
With the right support, everyone can reach their full potential because you can't judge a bull by his cover. Learn more at understood.org.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
I want to be able to stand in front of a camera and tell people the story of what the weather's going to be like that day, or be able to tell people, hey, there's something coming your way, you need to take cover, you need to watch out. And being able to stand in front of a camera and tell not only people who are directly involved, but their family members as well, like, this is what's going on. It's been very important to me because, being in those situations where you are relying on the news to tell you what's going on, I like to be a part of that and helping people with that.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
Now, the star of the 1980 comedy Caddyshack has opened up a restaurant here in Illinois. Actor Bill Murray and his family opened Murray Brothers Caddyshack restaurant in Rosemont, Illinois. The restaurant opened on Tuesday and offers a golf-themed menu that includes crispy potato golf balls and caddy shakes. The restaurant's motto is Eat, Drink, and Be Murray. The first Caddyshack restaurant opened in St. Augustine, Florida 17 years ago.
Researchers have discovered a so-called plastic eating enzyme that could be used to help prevent further pollution. Scientists from Britain's University of Portsmouth and the U.S. Department of Energy came up with a potential breakthrough. They were studying a natural enzyme found in a waste recycling center. An enzyme that can eat PET, the substance used in plastic bottles. The U.S. Department of Energy says 8 million metric tons of plastic waste, including PET bottles, enter the world's oceans every year. The hope is that researchers can improve the new enzyme and use it to prevent further pollution from becoming and building up.
Now, ovarian cancer is the 5th leading cause of cancer deaths among women. Now, WIU students are working to find better ways to prevent the disease. News 3's Thaddeus Pfeiffer has the story.
On the 5th floor of Currents Hall outside Lab Room 540, there are posters of research being done by students there to greet you. Most of this research is targeting the early detection, prevention, and treatment methods associated with ovarian cancer. One of the students involved with the research is senior Malika Asar. Her research is focused specifically on improving the detection methods of ovarian cancer so that more women can be treated earlier and increase the odds of survival.
So I'm trying to find if you have a way to detect it, then that means you can see early on, like in stages 1 and 2, that you have the cancer and you can get treated early, which has your survival rate around 95% rather than like 27% at stage 4.
After speaking with the students involved with the research, it became apparent that none of this would be possible if it wasn't for the opportunities given them from not only Western Illinois, but especially Dr. Met Syndergaard.
Western is very special in the way that undergraduates in the science departments, especially in chemistry, get the opportunity to do research and work one-on-one with research professors. That's something that might not happen at a bigger institution.
This ability to work one-on-one with professors like Dr. Syndergaard has certainly impacted the lives of students to better prepare themselves for the future.
Dr. Syndergaard just welcomed me, and I think that's just the biggest opportunity Western's ever given me. It's given me a lot, but that's the biggest one because it completely changed my future. I had no idea what I wanted to do, and now I want to cure cancer.
And a cure for ovarian cancer is exactly what these students hope to achieve. For News 3, I'm Thaddeus Pfeiffer.
Now, the researchers are funded by several WIU programs. These include the Research Inspiring Student of Excellence, or RISE program, the Women in Science program, and the WIU College of Fine Arts and Science.
Well, are we finally going to have spring-like temperatures?
News 3's Molly Naslin has your 5-day forecast after the break.
I chose Western Illinois University because I could get involved right away. You're going to gain experience. I'm going to be able to just become successful right out the gate. I'll be a news reporter and eventually become a news anchor one day. I've always felt that as a strong speaker, I could be a voice for the voiceless. But as long as I continue to believe in myself, work hard, and show that I want to put my best foot forward, I think that anything is possible.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Create your success at Western Illinois University. Automatic scholarships and affordable education and more are all yours at Western Illinois University. Apply today at wiu.edu.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
afternoon and welcome back home. We are finally seeing some more spring-like temperatures. We're not going to be dipping back down into the 30s or 40s for highs. However, we will be seeing some of those temperatures as our low as we will get later on into this. So right now we are at 54 degrees and very sunny out. Our dew point is at 28. Our humidity is at 35%. We have a breeze out of the north at 10 miles per hour, so it's making it feel just a little bit colder, maybe about 51, 52 degrees, but the actual temperature is 54. Looking at our averages right now, again, we're supposed to be in the mid to upper 60s for our high and into the lower 40s for our low. We're still below that, but we're closer than what we have been in the past few weeks where we've been able to see snow in the forecast. We have had highs. The most recent one was the high of 89 degrees in 2002. The low was back in 1983. That hasn't happened for a while. Looking at the current surface map right now, this high pressure system that is spanning into the Midwest is what is giving us those gorgeous skies outside. Not a single cloud in the sky, maybe some small ones, small thin ones here and there, but for the most part, we've got some very clear skies out there, as you can see on the Midwest Weather Tracker. Now this white that we're seeing up here to the north in Iowa, that's actually some leftover snow from the past amounts of snowfall that the northern area of the United States has seen. However, again, down here for us, very clear skies, not any snow on the ground. We haven't seen any accumulation in over a week. We're going to be keeping that streak as the week continues. Current temperatures for the region, again here in Macomb, we're at 54 degrees. And we've got mostly upper 50s across the board. Beardstown, you're at 56, and Quincy, you are at 55. Tonight, unfortunately, we are going to get down right around the freezing mark or a little bit below with 28 degrees here in Macomb, 30 in Beardstown, and 30 over in Quincy. Tomorrow is when we're going to start warming up a little bit with 58 in Macomb. We're seeing some 60s across the board. Beardstown, you'll be at 61, and Quincy, you'll be at a nice balmy 62. That'll be a nice change from what we've been seeing. Now, temperatures across the board for tomorrow night, upper 30s, low 40s. Oh, in Macomb, we're going to be at 36 tomorrow night. Not too bad. Keokuk, you'll be at 40, and Quincy, you'll be at 41. Tonight, we'll have clear skies. That's what's going to help it get colder than freezing out. There won't be any clouds to insulate the temperatures. And we'll have a fairly gentle breeze out of the north. Tomorrow, we'll have mostly sunny skies with a high of 58. And then for your 5-day forecast, again on Friday, mostly sunny skies. Saturday, unfortunately, will be cloudy with some colder temperatures, and then we're going to be seeing 60s getting into next week.
Oh, it is such a relief, I'm telling you, to see these milder temperatures. They're not quite 70s and 80s like we can expect in June, but you know, some of us, we pack away our winter clothes, and winter's been peeking her head around the corner again.
Yeah, right.
Like, not quite yet.
All right, thanks, Molly and Zach. I don't know if the people at home can see, but we're actually matching ties today.
Devin, you're right. It is the season for matchups, bats, and big brawls as the Peoria Rivermen in the semifinals of the Southern Hockey League, taking on the Ice Bears of Knoxville. Hard-hitting, high-scoring action on the rink, and icy temperatures on the diamond for divisional rivals as well. Find out who would be able to brave the wind and cold on Tuesday night at Wrigley, next in sports.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
I learned broadcasting for 3 years in high school, so towards my senior year, I was pretty much invested in wanting to pursue a career. And I do enjoy it now, but I'm searching for a way to make sure that it's something that I want to pursue after college. That way, I'll be able to wake up every day and say, this is something I want to do, this is something that I love, this is something that I can teach, I can spread, I can affect people with.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Welcome back to Live at 4. I'm Zach Stone. After dominating the Roanoke Rye Dogs in the quarterfinals of the Southern Professional Hockey League, the Peoria Rivermen face a tough test in the Knoxville Bears. The Rivermen home last night for game one of the semifinals, which would be an offensive showcase. Early on from the Ice Bears, Berkeley Scott unwinds on a slap shot and squeezes it under the arm of Tyler Parks. The visitors take an early 1-0 lead with 8.5 left in the first. But the Rivermen would start earning their way back halfway through the second. Mike Gertler with the puck down low behind the net. He wraps around, the puck bounces around the crease. Rivermen winger Christian Horn pokes it home, and the Rivermen are back level 1-1 early in the second period. You see it there, the finesse, the caress, and obviously the team getting around him. And the penalty kill unit would be a big part of this as well. Greenberg picks it up in the defensive zone. He feeds Alec Hageman, who goes high, glove side. Hatenia gets a piece, but it's never going to be enough. The Rivermen lead 2-1 midway through the second period. You see it bouncing off the glove, the glancer just finding its way, eking its way into the net. The Rivermen up 2-1, 10-10 left in the second period. And the defensive zone would start to become a place for offensive ideas once again. Christian Horn slides it to Gertler. First goal scorer feeds first goal assister. Gertler off to the races, and the Rivermen are handing it to the Ice Bears early on. You see it here. He's going to the finesse just to get it glove side, go blocker side, and the Rivermen are up 3-1. 9:24 left in the second, so just about 50 seconds between those two goals. And Gertler gets his second goal, bringing it between two. He puts his goal total to 5 for the night for the Rivermen. They keep pulling ahead. 4 for the Rivermen, but they will pull ahead 5 and 6. The Rivermen blow out the Bears 6-1 in the first game of those semifinals. The 6 goals bring Peoria's total in the playoffs to 13. They've only allowed 4 goals to go into their own net. Their next game against the Ice Bears tomorrow on the road, the stage, the Knoxville Civic Coliseum. The puck drops at 6:35. Western Illinois men's baseball will be in action this weekend. After dropping their last game to Bradley yesterday, the Leathernecks go on the road for 3 against North Dakota State. That 3-game series against the Bison for WIU, they will meet up in Omaha because of that weather Molly was talking about earlier in weather. First pitch time remains the same throughout the weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday's games are all set for a 1 o'clock start. And Western Illinois softball have not seen the field for quite some time. After having their 2-game series against Iowa State canceled, the Leathernecks stayed for 1 game against the Iowa Hawkeyes. And the Leathernecks would hold on, and they would hold Iowa scoreless until the 7th, where each of the teams was able to get 1 run. Western would get the deciding run in the 8th after loading the bases. A sacrifice by Abbott brought home an Ely home, and Ira was able to shut the door to get the road W for WIU. Ira pitches a gem going 8 strong. She gives up just 3 hits, strikes out 6 to bring her 7th win of the season home. NL Central action between 2 bitter rivals, the Cardinals and the Cubs, meeting for game 1 of their series. After having weather issues to start the week, the 2 teams would be able to get the series going on a Tuesday night at Wrigley. The Cubs and Cardinals, it's a cold one at Wrigley on Tuesday. You see everybody in the long johns, top of the 3rd, nobody out for Matt Carpenter. He sends one deep to right off the wall, nearly gets stuck in the ivy there. Dexter Fowler, the former Cub, comes home to score, and that's the first run of the game. Still 1 up the Cardinals in the 3rd. Marcelo Zuna grounds to the shortstop, but the RBI does come home. Tommy Pham trotting across the plate. Cubs down 2, but Jason Hayward able to squeeze the ball between 1st and 2nd for an RBI single. You see the hustle there on the way home. But it would still be an offensive showcase. We move way later into the evening. Paul DeJong hits his 5th homer of the season. That ball is going to be going, and no one's ever going to get that one, folks. The Cardinals double their lead. Now 3-1 the score, and still 3-1. The Cardinals get 2 more insurance runs off of Matt Carpenter. He hits a center field single, driving home 2. and the Cardinals looking comfortably in the lead. But late in the 8th, it would be Javier Baez hammering a low fastball, and you see the pitcher look at that one, knowing that he's never going to get that one back. Baez trotting around the plate, trying to get the rally started. But bottom of the 9th, Bud Norris picks up the save, striking out Kyle Schwarber for the final out of the game. The Cardinals take Game 1 of the series in Chicago. Matt Carpenter brings home 3 runs and 2 hits as the St. Louis Cardinals run away with this rivalry game. Game 2 of the series is currently 9-5. That's sports. Final word is next.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I started to think about doing broadcasting my freshman year. I started calling some football games for the freshman football team. My high school didn't really have a broadcasting program like some do, and so a lot of my stuff was just PA for different sports, for basketball, for volleyball. And my mom signed me up for a visit to come to Western on a Discover Western Day. And I walked through the doors of the rec center, and Buzz Hoon shook my hand, said, "Zach Stone, I've seen all your footage, I know who you are, and you belong here." And that's what really makes WIU feel like home.
National Broadcasting Society helps the future of broadcasting get the tools needed to succeed in an ever-growing media world. At Western Illinois University, the professional connections students bring to our chapter of NBS have opened doors to networking possibilities that students otherwise wouldn't have. The opportunities we are given as students at WIU allow us to make connections today for success tomorrow. Now, the only ticket Lacey was getting was one to prom. On Tuesday, Macomb police officers were able to help a Macomb High student pull off a promposal for the books.
The sign reads, "It must suck to get pulled over," but don't worry, the only ticket you're getting is one to prom. For all of you wondering, Lacey did say yes. Macomb prom is scheduled for May 12th.
Oh, that is so creative.
That is so awesome.
I wonder how they got them to get involved with that, because I mean, mine was basically just a glorified poster board that said, "Will you go to prom with me?"
Well, you just think about all the preparation work that it takes to put that together.
Yeah, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Zach, you have a correction to make.
Yeah, so some preparation work messed up by me. The final score of that game, we're still in it, 9th inning. The Cubs are up 8-5. We're in the 9th inning, so that's where I made that mistake earlier. So I just wanted to correct that on air.
It's all right. We all make mistakes. All right. And Molly, we're all liking that we're trending up.
We are trending up with those temperatures for our 5-day forecast. Tomorrow we're going to be a high of 58 with mostly sunny skies, and that is going to be our lowest low for the next 5 days. Saturday through Tuesday, we're going to be getting closer to the 60s and then into the 60s, with Sunday through Tuesday being partly cloudy skies with our highs in the lower 60s. Saturday through Tuesday, we're going to have lows in the 40s. So it's looking to be a pretty good week coming up.
Thank you so much, Molly. And that's all for us today.
But we are online all the time.
Stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
And we thank you for joining us this evening.
From all of us here at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.